Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4. In this episode, we're finally going to be introduced to the Frost Warframe. And here we are in the foundry. You can clearly see we have all three pieces. Well, you can only see two of them right now. The Frost Prime ones are in the way, but that's beside the point. Now, you acquire his blueprints from the planet called Ceres. And the boss there is called Lieutenant Krill. He's pretty difficult, so you want to bring people with you who are experienced at the game. But we're just going to start building all three of these really quick. As you can see, they're not really too demanding for the requirements for it. He's actually not all that difficult. If you can defeat Krill, you can get him pretty easily. Although Ceres is one of the later planets, so it takes a little while for you to get there unless you get taxied or something. But anyways, let's skip ahead a few days, or 12 hours rather. Wow, that was a quick 12 hours, wasn't it, Sneakies? Looks like we got all three of these ready to claim. So we're just going to grab all three of those, then we're going to head over to the market, claim his blueprint, and actually start the building process. And then in 3 days, we'll have him, finally. Frost is one of the Warframes I've actually been looking forward to for a long time. And let's head over to the market. Frost. By channeling moisture and vapor in the surrounding environment, Frost creates formidable defenses and lethal attacks from sub-zero conditions. Freeze, Ice Wave, Snow Globe, and Avalanche are his 4 abilities. He's really cold. So 25,000 credits, and then we'll go head over to the foundry and build him. And here we are. We just need his 3 pieces that we just built, and then an Orokin cell. Pretty typical for all the Warframes in the game. And in 72 hours, we will finally have Mr. Frost. I'm looking forward to it, and I certainly hope you are as well, Sneakies. Alright, Sneakies, 3 days have now passed, and Frost is ready to claim, so let's grab him. And here we go, this is Frost, and my goodness, he looks weird. He has like a crab head or something going on there. Anywho, we need to change his color scheme around because this default one really isn't doing it for me. So, primarily white. Let's see what he looks like black. Personally, I like the look of black, but some Warframes just don't... Oh, I accidentally picked pink. Some Warframes just don't really pull off the black that well. Oh, Frost does, however. Look at that. Damn. Okay, blue looks pretty good, but I think white's going to look even better than that. Oh yeah, he's looking pretty spiffy there. Fortunately, it's not really a pure white. It's more like a grayish white, but that works. Then his tint color. Let's see what we can change with this really quick. Alright, it's not really... Oh, actually, it is a pretty good portion of them. Let's see if we can make that blue. Not really a dark blue. Oh, actually, that looks pretty cool. Damn. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the dark blue for this one. Alright, let's go with that. Then the final tint color, I don't see where that is located. Let's see if we can change it and find out exactly. Okay, I see it now. It's like some of his outline-ish areas. Let's just make that dark blue too. That works. Yeah, he doesn't look too bad. We can always change his look later, just as we always do. We'll keep his energy blue for now because he's an ice Warframe, so blue kind of goes with that, even though I guess white would technically be the right color. Blue's pretty cool too. Now, of course, we have to take a quick look at his abilities before we hop into the intro episode. So his starting one is called Freeze. A frigid energy blast that freezes targets in their tracks. So from what I've seen of this ability, it seems pretty similar to Ember's Fireball, obviously only as an ice-based version of it. Not really something I imagine he's going to use too often, but it's nice to have it as a little trick up his sleeve. Then Avalanche. Summons a treacherous landslide of ice that instantly freezes and shatters all enemies in its radius. I've seen this used to pretty good success. It's a good area of effect attack. Ice Wave sends a wave of razor-sharp crystallized ice toward an enemy, dealing heavy damage. This is one I really don't see used that often by Frost for some reason. I'm going to have to take a quick look at it, see how effective it actually is. I have to assume it's not that effective if they're not really using it too often. But, of course, there's Snow Globe, his most used ability. Frost deep freezes any vapor and moisture in the surrounding area to create an impenetrable sphere of protection. This is crucial for playing defense missions if you want to go long term. And it also has all kinds of other handy uses that we'll take a look at later in the series. But for the intro episode, just like we always do, we're only going to stick with his starting ability. Now, for these intro episodes, I typically go to Mercury and just face the Grenier faction. However, we're going to mix it up a little bit and go for the Corpus with Frost. So this will be Cytherian, Exterminate Mission, Corpus faction. Their levels range from 3 to 4. Don't forget to leave a like, Sneakies, if you enjoy the series. The more likes we get, the faster these videos keep pouring out. And also hit subscribe if you haven't already to become a Sneaky today, that we can continue to easily follow this series without missing another video ever again. As always, I do hope you enjoy. Here we go with Mr. Frost. Infiltrated. Alright, so this should be fairly simple. We're going to try to use Frost freeze ability as often as we can. Let me take down these cameras first though, so we can actually infiltrate the area. There we go. Oh, they set the alarm off. How dare you! Ah, get behind cover, Frost. Alright, we need to try to get a kill with this. Oh, I missed him again. There we go. About time. Fortunately, we only have 43 total enemies, and now it's down to 39 technically. Now, the reason why I wanted to introduce Frost into the series before all the other ones that I technically put into the series first is because the next mission in line on planet Earth is actually a defense mission, and I want to show how effective Frost is at that mission type. He's actually a staple for any defense mission. He's really good for mobile defense too, because you have to protect computer terminals and that. And the reason for that is because he has this ability called Snow Globe that we were talking about earlier. Basically, he can lay that down anywhere and he's protected. All your teammates can go inside and be protected. The enemies that try to run through it will go really slow. The bullets don't really travel through it. And it's just a really great ability. It helps protect the defense point really well. He can even use it to great tactical advantage. Like, he could just lay it down here in the middle of a room and stand in the middle of it, shoot all enemies around him pretty easily. Or even if you have like a major choke point where enemies are pouring in, like say that, for example, this door, he could lay it down right here. All enemies that try to run through it will be going really slow, then he can focus his attention somewhere else. And then he won't have to really worry about them until they eventually get through it. Which will take a good amount of time. Freeze! Oh man, I am terrible at aiming that right now. That's alright, we got a couple more chances. There we go, it actually freezes them, I love that. His avalanche ability actually does that too. It freezes all the enemies that it comes into contact with. There we go, good night. Fire in the hole! The Pent is actually a really great weapon. After you hit Mastery Rank 6, I definitely recommend that you look into getting it. It's really great for crowd control purposes. And another great thing about it is it levels up really quickly. I think it's actually the most rapid rank up I've ever had for a weapon. Because when you shoot into groups of enemies and you just blow it up, detonate it at once. It will do so much damage, you'll get so much experience just for that one thing. It's really amazing. And obviously it's really effective at helping you get through missions too. Whoa, whoa, pull back, Frost, pull back. There we go. Now I want to be careful because I could accidentally hit that reinforced glass back there and then this room will become sealed off, and it's basically the same thing as an alarm going off and it's locking you inside a room. Which actually may have happened here, we'll see. I know sometimes it won't actually lock the doors because I guess... Oh, it actually did lock the door in this case. Sometimes it won't do it because I guess they're trying to help people get more well acquainted with the stealth in the game, even though the stealth system isn't really that well advanced yet. They are going to eventually make progress on it and make it something pretty significant in the game. Like right now, there's basically no purpose and no reason for you to do stealth other than if you want to play like that. There's no bonus for doing it. In fact, it's actually kind of counterproductive unless you're going through and killing the enemies. It depends on what kind of stealth you're trying to pull off. Like if you're trying to do the one where I did Loki and I just completely ran past everybody with his invisibility, that's really ineffective because you're not gaining any experience by doing that. It's just a waste of time at the end of the day. I mean, it's effective in a sense if you're trying to get through a mission where the enemies are a really high rank, or if you're trying to solo something and you can't really handle it solo. It will definitely help you get through it, but otherwise, really no purpose in doing it, so we'll have to see how they're eventually going to improve that whole system. I definitely look forward to seeing how that and many more things advance in this game. They actually nerf some of the abilities that the Warframes have. Like, I know there was kind of an outcry when the developers nerfed Frost Snow Globe ability, apparently. I'm not sure exactly what they did to it. If you know, leave me a comment below. But people are complaining about it, and if you're not familiar with what nerfing is, it's basically making something less than it was before. Weakening it. I believe they did that with Ember's World on Fire ability too. I remember hearing something about that. That was a little bit disappointing because she was my favorite Warframe for a long time. However, now it's been Volt for such a long time. Volt's still my go-to Warframe. Primarily because he's really great at crowd control and he has all kinds of great abilities. Like he has a speed ability that makes it really easy to get through missions quickly. Anyways, that was a pretty quick 43 enemies. Not a problem at all. Certainly not for Frost. He's up to rank 3 only because I had a few glitches in the videos before I recorded this one, but it's alright. You still get the main idea of how Frost plays when you first acquire him. So I'm definitely looking forward to Frost in the future, especially when I can get him all his other abilities. He's really seems like he's a great Warframe. We'll actually get more in depth on him later in the series, but for now, we'll skip over these stats because they're not really, there's no purpose. It's a solo mission. Anyway, Sneakies, I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to click like if you enjoyed this video. The more likes we get, the faster these videos keep pouring out. And also hit subscribe to become a Sneaky today, that we can continue to easily follow this series and you won't have to miss another video in it ever again. I'm always looking for new Sneakies to appear in these videos, so if you have any interest in doing so, leave me a comment below and we can definitely make it happen in the future. And don't be afraid to use the comments to find other people to play with. Leave your PSN name down there or whatever. And have fun out there. I will see you next time for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4.